There is one more thing I must disclose before I say what I came to say. I have another name. I am also the man who is known as Shar Aznavour. Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where I'm going to take a look at the Robot Spirits RMS 099 Rick DS Quattro Bajeenas unit from Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. This figure came out in December 2015 and retailed for 6,600 yen, or about $55 US. So I had someone in the comments section, I believe his handle was Sakata Gintoki, apologies if I butchered that, which I'm sure that I did, had said they were thinking about getting this Rick DS, the Quattro Bajeena custom version, so I figured I would open it up and maybe help them in their decision-making process. I think that in general I'm a little wary of getting any of the Zeta Gundam Robot Spirits because these are not version anime, and they seem to be doing version anime for all of the Universal Century kind of figures. You know, they obviously did Original Gundam, then they did War in the Pocket, Stardust Memory, now they're finishing up 8th MS Team. Take a look at these accessories while I'm chatting here. So, you know, I suspect Zeta Gundam's going to be next. It's kind of a little weird because they've been doing a lot of Zeta Gundam and Double Z stuff as part of the Version Ka series. And then they've also just recently did the big Metal Robot Spirits of the actual Zeta Gundam. So it's a little unclear to me kind of how they're going to make all that mesh together. But they also did a bunch of Metal Robot Spirits of the Gundam Seed thing. This thing is awesome. Just really cool flexibility. I believe that these come off somehow and you could use them as a weapon. So that's really cool as well. But yeah, so, you know, it seems like there's some precedent for Bandai doing that. So, you know, if you could pick this up for cheap, we'll see. But yeah, I think all in all, it's a pretty nice figure. You know, I really like the blocky design. I think it's got good colors. I mean, color-wise, it sort of looks like it's, you know, kind of like model kit type colors. There's really only just this, you know, maroon, and then there's kind of like a dark brown black, and this kind of like gray over here. And then obviously, take a look there. You can see that the eye there has a different color. And then, you know, kind of got all the hands that you would want, an even number of hands, which makes me very happy. So anyway, I'm going to pose this and I'll be back with some final thoughts. All right, and we are back. So let's get this guy on the rotating stand, and I'll give some final thoughts here. So I really like this figure. You know, obviously it's a little older. It's probably like 7 or so years old at this point, but I really like the design. I love the kind of blockiness of the suits. You know, like I said before, not the most exciting color palette, but I think that the colors do look good. Quality is pretty good. I thought the, you know, articulation and everything, easy to pose. I really liked how they kind of used the special hands for this, you know, that match and not just like kind of the generic, you know, Robot Spirits hands. I love this like backpack thing with all the stuff that moves. You know, I like the gun. And like I said, really nothing bad to say about this figure. As I mentioned kind of earlier in the video, you know, I'm kind of a little hesitant to recommend anyone buy any of the kind of older Robot Spirits because they're kind of revisiting a lot of them, especially the more popular ones. So, you know, I think that for Zeta Gundam, it's probably worth waiting it out another maybe 6 months or so to kind of see what they're going to do with the line as far as like version anime goes. However, if you really like the Rick DS and you want something, you know, on your shelf, you could do a lot worse than this. I think that this will look really nice next to all the, you know, Robot Spirits, you know, next to all the version anime ones. It might not be like exactly to scale, but I don't think that unless you're, you know, with a protractor and a compass or whatever it is that you do to determine scale, you would, you know, really notice much of a difference. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe. And if you didn't, tell me about it in the comments. If there's something else you want to see, either with this figure or something else, a comparison, let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. I'm doing anime reviews on Monday of a MAME Warrior at the Borderline. Season 2 just started. And then I'm going to be doing new figure reviews on Fridays. That's kind of stuff from the last, you know, month or so. And then a few times a month, kind of hoping to do figure reviews also on Wednesday, just kind of something old. You know, it's kind of something that I have sitting around that I've been meaning to open. And I got some fun stuff planned in that regard. Thanks so much and keep collecting.